athletes Hennie Schaik and Sophia Tougas. We will start by asking Coach for an opening statement and then open the floor to questions. We ask media to please raise your hand and identify yourself and your media outlet before asking your question. If you are joining on Zoom, please click on the reactions button to use the raise hand feature to ask a question. You can also type your question into the group chat and I'll read it aloud. Coach, if you would please start us off with your opening comments following today's game.
First off, I want to say hats off to CSUN. They gave us another battle. Man, she does a great job, and every year, all the way down to every game that we played in the conference, it's always been a battle, but we some way figured it out in this tournament. We continue to advance, and so, man, I'll take it all day long, but I'm just so proud of my team and the accomplishments that they made. I mean, it's been a long time coming, and I kept telling everybody we were right there at the doorstep, and I kept telling our team the same thing. And they the ones that took it over. They believed, and they went out there and they played. It was some great moments, and some big-time plays that they had to have made in order for this thing for us to continue to advance. When we went zone, and we were telling them they were trying to look for different plays, maybe something in the post, or even a three-point shot set up for Tess or something like that. We hung tough. Grace made the hugest block, big-time block, for a guard her size, but she doesn't know her athletic abilities herself, but she's a big-time athlete, but just really happy about that. Then the big-time play Hennie made from the free throw line, that was another big-time play. It's just a lot of great big-time moments, Soph hitting big-time shots. It just, us just not quitting at all. And so I'm just so proud of these young ladies. And so now that's what March Madness is about, the highs and the lows. And so we're on the high right now. So we continue to play. We move on.
Okay, we'll open it for questions here in the room.
Hello, Henry Greenstein, Bakersfield, California. I got a question for Sophie. Just, you spend a lot of time on the perimeter, but were you kind of able to drive to the basket with no hesitation, get that go-ahead way up?
It was just kind of a recognition of, how they were playing me the whole game. My teammates set great screens for me that play, so I was able to kind of, get a step. And, it was just really my teammates' screen, and, yeah.
Hennie and Sophia, just talk about those last 2 minutes on the court and that comeback.
I said this when we just walked out the locker room. I said the whole team should be going to media because that was really a team effort. Like, she may have hit a big shot. I may have hit a big shot. Grace had a great block, but it was really a team effort.
Yeah, it was the whole game. Garrison made the comment of, I didn't score on the court, but she was like, I'm happy. She really showed up in so many different ways, and you could tell. So, like Hennie said, the whole team should be here. It was a team effort.
Coach, from the sidelines, what did you see in those last few minutes to really give your team the boost?
I saw a team that really wanted it bad. And like they said, it's some of the things that happen out there on the floor, like Garrison Freeman, the things that she does out there for us, it just goes unnoticed. It's never going to show up in the stat book. And that's why she was on the all-freshman team, not just because of her scoring, because of just her abilities to be able to defend on the perimeter, defend in the post, be able to go and get, loose balls and rebounds and just do all the dirty work. If you look at her, she had 9 rebounds. And we have been talking about us rebounding the basketball against them because they're a big-time rebounding team. And so we did a really good job, and we got 10 offensive rebounds, and the biggest one was Hennie with that one in the putback.
Coach, just what did you see from Taylor Caldwell out there down the stretch, kind of willing the team through, and especially when she was taking such a beating on pretty much every play?
Yeah, just her tenacity, her guts, that she plays with everything. She gives everything that she has. We know that, you see the big knee brace on her knee, coming back from all the ACL injuries, and her still being out there, being able to battle and play. And a lot of times she was just forcing it and forcing her way to what she had to get to. Even though they weren't making the call, she was willing her way. And that's what it's all about when you really want something bad enough. And so another one that's well-deserving of the honors that she's gotten. This is her first time getting a big-time honor. I know she played in the WAC for a few years, and I think the only one that she received was I think she told me defensive player, you know, on the all defensive team one time, and now she was on the all conference team here, honorable mention. So that's big time.
Coach Taylor Schaub, KGT. We talked yesterday, and you were talking about closing out fourth quarters, closing out games, and you said that you wanted to forget a lot about this regular season, but not that you wanted to instill that in your team. Do you feel like they learned the lessons when it mattered most?
For sure. If you look at the scoring, and that's something that we always trying to struggle with at times, and we scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. You know, we've been talking about that, like we talked about yesterday. A lot of it we did want to forget about our record. We didn't want to even look at that. So now, like we was telling these young ladies, no matter what we did in the past, everything counts now. And so yesterday we were 0-0. Now today we're 1-0, and we continue to advance. And so the one thing we did want to carry forward with us that we wanted to look back at is just being able to score the basketball. And so that's what we did. Glad you remember that.
All right, this question's for Sophia, Miles Boynes, Eyewitness News, Channel 29, KBAK. Last year, you missed time due to your injury. This year, you're back. First time in the Big West tournament. Just what was the overall feeling? What was your mindset going into this game?
I think it was, you know, just coming in for my team. You know, like I missed last year, and seeing how we competed last year. We won on the buzzer beater last year. So, you know, I really just wanted to come in and make an impact and really, you know, bring some energy coming into the tournament.
All right, this question's for Coach. We talked last week after your last regular season game against UC Irvine. Now that it's a new season, nothing in the regular season matters. Now you guys are 1-0 in the Big West Conference tournament. What's the mindset for the rest of the tournament? Looks like you guys might be facing UC Irvine once again.
Yeah, there's no might in it. We are facing UC Irvine tomorrow. So we just played them, and another team we just played right before before we came over here. And it was a really good, hard, grueling match that we played. And they, you know, of course, they advanced, and I know they won the game over at our place. But I think we got some things figured out, with some things we're going to do differently, and I think that we'll come in a little bit more hungrier, of course, and we'll be ready to go. But they're a tough team. They won the conference, and so, but right now it doesn't matter, you know, where you are, you know, in the records, and so everything again is us advancing and us continue to play against them, and so our next thing is we want to just to continue to advance. I think Hennie had one thing she had wanted to add, if you guys don't mind, about one of our teammates.
Yeah, when McCall was just talking about TC, I just want to say, like, so that everybody knows that she really carried us throughout the whole game. And, like, without her, I don't think we would have been close to the win.
Any other questions? Okay, great. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Go Runners.